Greetings, fam. Oh, it's wind down Wednesday time, baby. Therapy with a sip. Grown folk conversation. Come on in. Let me back off my sounds on sounds just a little bit here. This is the day that I prepare myself for you guys so that we can have a table to feast upon, right? So, everyone knows that joins us in Wind Down Wednesday, right? We come into the room and we do what? We hit that share button. So, this is what I'm doing. I'm hitting the share button. And will you all please share with me? Because what? Sharing is what? Caring. That's right. Sharing is caring. Wind Down Wednesday. Sharing is caring. Yes, indeed. Shout out. Shout out to DJ Boogie. Grown folk, past and present. And then you all know that you hanging out with what? Grown folk. Yes. Had an amazing time hanging out with DJ Boogie um, this weekend. We were in Marietta, Georgia. Oh man, it was off the chain. He turned the house out. It was popping, stopping, and dropping on a new level, not on a. I'll leave that open. But listen, this wind down Wednesday, baby, with your host with the most. Shout out to birthday girl, none other than Queen Octavia. Shout out to Whiskey BBQ ATL. Yes, indeed. They got. Hey, listen. If you hadn't had an opportunity to get there yet, it's located uh, in Jonesboro, if I'm correct. The ATL Whiskey BBQ. Also, shout out to DJ Biz, Pseudos. Hey, Monique. Long time no see. I see you, JP. I see you all coming in. Please, when you come in, let us know where you hailing from. And do this for you, for me, and for us. Do what? Hit the share button. Okay? Go ahead and hit that share button, family. Tonight is an open topic tonight. The topic is let's talk about it. I know it's so much out there in the theater that we all have something. Greetings on YouTube. Also note that we are streaming live also to YouTube. And if you haven't got my YouTube channel yet, please like and subscribe. Let me look at our YouTube because our YouTube page is on full. So let's see what's going on. Greetings everyone on YouTube. Hey Randall, what's going on? I see you. Dago, I see you. What's up? What's up, fam? How y'all doing? Listen, we're dealing with the topic tonight. Let's talk about it. What you guys want to talk about tonight? Tonight is going to be an open night. And we'll talk about it, right? Now, for you, for me, and for all of us that are here, for those of you that are first time in Wind Down Wednesday, Therapy with a Sip, Grown Folk Conversation on YouTube, please do this for you and for me and for us. Please like and subscribe and hit that bell. All right? Thank you all for stopping by. Even if you only stop by for a minute and peep in, thank you. Gratitude. Yes. Yes, thank you, Random. Please get the views up for us. I appreciate you saying that. Awesome, awesome. It takes us a little time because T. Swin is in the house. Men Can't Always Be Wrong podcast. H Town in the house, 217 in the house. Listen, those of you that are on YouTube, please let us know where you're hailing from. All right? And we're going to talk about it tonight. We're going to have open discussion. What do you guys want to talk about? It's what you want to talk about tonight. All right? And please help me share. Because sharing is what? Caring. Yes. Who, me? I'm your host with the most. I'm the one, the apostle, the prophet, the cosmic commander. Yes. In the house, in person. Again, shout out to all of you all. Shout out to you all that come in Wednesday after Wednesday after Wednesday and share in conversation. Listen, this is grown folk conversation. This is where we come and we have the kind of conversation that we don't deride, we don't ostracize, we don't criticize. But however, what we do is we give our honest opinion based upon factual information that we may have gathered in, right? So that we can what? Have therapy with a sip. This is a podcast that's low-key therapy with a sip because we come in and we have conversation with each other, right? Timeline is filled with nothing more than a conversation. Great conversation, right? So listen, you all help me share. You share as I share, okay? YouTube is on its normal. I can't share. Isn't that something? So let's do this. Let's do it like this. Okay. I'm sharing as you all share. Go ahead and hit share button. My Wednesday was off the chain. And again, I want to say gratitude to all of you all that come in and share. Those of you that stopped by, thank you for stopping by, stopping in. Listen, this is where grown folk meet. Again, shout out to DJ Boogie. Grown folks past to present. We had an amazing time. We were in Marietta, Georgia, in the ATL area, having an amazing time. So listen, come on in. Hey, Lisa, how you doing? 217 in the house. Listen, please recall that when you come in the house, let us know where you're hailing from. And please do this for you, for me, and for us. Hit the share button. Okay? Thank you all for tuning in on YouTube. We have YouTube family in the house. Shout out to all of you all. Thank you, Random. Yes. Thank you, Random. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Your life, about your life and what is good for your life. Hey, man, all is well. I can promise you that. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Music Museum. Okay. Alkaline. Hello. Greetings, everyone. Greetings on YouTube. YouTube fam coming in. Gratitude, gratitude. Please, as you come in, please like and subscribe. Please subscribe. Hit that button. We're trying to get our numbers up. We all know how this goes, that we support each other, correct? When we support each other, come on here, it gives us the ability to what? Spread more content. I am a content creator as well as an influencer. So if you hang in here with us a while, we're going to have great. And those of you that are on YouTube, what I'm going to do is I'm going to also shout you all out on Facebook. Facebook, I'm going to shout you out on YouTube. So let's get this going, fam. Let me get this Sharon out of the way, and then we're going to introduce the wine because we do have a wine in Wine Down Wednesday. And also we have a sip for the sippers. We have 1738 that we're going to sip on. Hey, 1217, one for counter two from out of Springfield, Illinois. Thank you for joining us. Thank you all for coming in and giving your support. Please like. Hit that share button. Hit those emojis. Let everyone know you're in the house. So let me finish up sharing here, family. So that we can get our audience built up so we can have this great conversation as we always do in Wine Down Wednesday. Wine Down Wednesdays are always fabulous. It's always filled with fanfare, with awesome conversation. So jump on in. Come on in. Hit those emojis. Hit that share button. Queen Octavia is in the house. Shout out. Queen Octavia, you all of you all that are on the timeline, those of you that may be on YouTube, please wish none other than Queen Octavia a happy birthday. It is her birthday, Scorpio. Oh, all the Scorpios in the house, put it on the timeline if you're in the house. Again, shout out to those that are sponsoring the podcast tonight, which is going to be none other than the Prince of Peace, Queen Octavia, the master teacher, the quantum shifter, the shapeshifter, the code breaker. Tonight's wine is being featured to us by none other than the master teacher, 217 Ronald Jackson, amen. Also, none other than T. Swin, Men Can Always Be Wrong podcast. And also Tracy Love, Fayetteville, North Carolina. Thank you all for your support. What do you all want to talk about tonight? Talk about it. Let's hear ourselves on the next Wine Down Wednesday, baby. It's in the fake middle of the week, but we know this is called Hump Day, right? Yeah, it's called Hump Day. But we know it as what? Wine Down Wednesday, baby. Therapy with a sip. Grown folk conversation with who? Your host with emotion. All right, y'all. I was trying to share to everyone, but Facebook has already started its amazing way of making sure you can't get anything done. Isn't that something? But yeah, again, I had an amazing day. A day filled with meditation and cogitation and all of those things that put us in a good space where we can see and do and hear and accomplish what it is that we do set out to, right? Okay. All right. Just getting a little sharing in, fam. How was you guys' day today? Did y'all have an amazing day and Wine Down Wednesday day? Couple of more shares here and then we'll get into our conversation. I'm not going to hold you guys long. We'll get into our conversation. I'm not going to hold you guys long. We'll get into our conversation. I'm not going to hold you guys. We'll get into our conversation. I'm not going to hold you guys long. We'll get into our conversation. I'm not going to hold you guys. All right. Y'all in the house tonight? Guys. You in the house tonight? Y'all know what time it is. Yes, indeed. It's Wine Down Wednesday time, right? Yes, indeed. Master teacher, my day was off the charts, off the clouds, off the chain, off the cuff, off the roof, off the porch, and off the Richter scale. I hear you, Master Teacher, Quantum Shifter, the Shapeshifter, the Code Breaker, baby. Welcome into Wind Down Wednesday. Therapy with a sip, with your host, with your most. Y'all about ready to get this thing started? Let's get this. Y'all know how we used to say, let's do what? Get this party started, right? Let's get this what? Party started, what? Right. Yes, and Wind Down Wednesday, baby. We got birthday people in the house. We got those that are supporting the podcast in the house. Again, thank you all, thank you all, thank you all. Y'all ready to get into this conversation? It's y'all conversation. It's y'all conversation. What y'all want to conversate about? Talk to me. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. I got nice wine for you. Nice, affordable wine. It's a Sunshine Blitz wine. It's a Chardonnay. Butter taste. We've featured this before, but I thought that it would be great to bring it back again. You guys ready to pour it up and let's get into this conversation? All right. All right. All right, Facebook fam, let's pour up a bell. Oh yes, you all know that's all we get when we go to the restaurant. They just pour us up a bell. Queen Octavia says, "Let me throw this out here. Why can't people handle rejection?" Oh, okay. Trying to be kind just doesn't work. Then you want has to be a bit harsh. Then you has to be a bit harsh. You get offended. Then when one be a bit harsh, you get offended. Yeah. Yes, that's true. Shout out again to DJ Boogie, the ATL baby 217312. Shout out also to Queen Basu Nefertim, Black Moses Freedom Festival. She's going to be holding in June. Off the Chain. Shout out to Whiskey BBQ, Atlanta, Jonesboro. Shout out to Pseudos, none other than DJ Biz, Ellenwood, Conyers, Pseudos. Shout out birthday girl, Queen Octavia. Shout out to T Swin, man, with an awesome book out, right? Love is for Suckers. Shout out to all of you all. Shout out to Wind Down Wednesday. Therapy with a sip. Grown folk conversation. Y'all ready? Yes, indeed. If you hadn't had an opportunity to, please wish Queen Octavia a happy birthday. And she says, sip slow. Okay. All right. Salute, salute, salute. Amazing, amazing. And to my sippers, salute. All right. T. Swin says, some women don't want you to give up so easy, but we men are not mind readers. I keep it moving. Don't hurt my feelings at all. Okay. Ooh, it's going to get lit up in here tonight. It's going to get lit. Now, for you, for me, and for us, hit that share button. Real quick, and let's go ahead on and get into these conversations. All right. Let me go back up the timeline. And let's see. KD Raw is in the house. The Prince of Peace. One for Conitude in the house. Lilisa in the house. Shouting y'all out. Monique in the house. Thank you. Yes, put your business on the timeline, please. Shout out to Master Teacher from Monique. Miss you all. Shout out to all of us. Yes, indeed. Thank you. Gratitude. Gratitude. ATL, baby. ATL. We got ATL. We got Houston in the house. We got Texas in the house. We got Shy in the house. Listen, we is up in here. Okay, let's get back to what Queen Octavia was saying. Let me throw this out here. Why can't people handle rejection? Oh man, it's a number of reasons why people cannot handle rejection. Number one point is that they are probably not emotionally intelligent. And that's not a knock. It simply means that they're probably not in tune with themselves enough to be able to control their emotions. How about that? Throwing that out there. Let's scroll a little bit. Yes, indeed. T. Swin. Let's get back to T. Swin. T. Swin says, some women don't want you to give up so easy, but we men are not mind readers. I keep it moving. Don't hurt my feelings at all. I agree. There are times that our queens, our sisters, are despondent with us because they feel like we should have picked up on certain vibes. Sometimes we can't pick up on those vibes because you're not being forthright, right? Sometimes you're being, for lack of a better word, you're being an enigma. You're being puzzling. We can't figure you out. We're trying to, on some level, figure standpoint. Correct? Yeah. I'm right there with you, T. Swin. Teacher will appear. The master teacher says, talking point. Why is America still blind about the Electoral College selecting the President of the United States of America? Why won't people accept the truth, even if they know it? Interesting. That is interesting. And I was thinking about that today, Master Teacher. That it's a game that people play. Remember the Spinners had a song back in the day, about games people play. Yeah. But people have been programmed, and they have been programmed so well that they somehow believe that they are sharing in the process of electing the President of the United States of America. Can you imagine that? Can you imagine those elites at the top that are the most wealthiest would somehow leave the ability to those they consider underclass, lower class, to select someone? Nah, they're not going to do that. So what they're going to do is elect certain persons that are going to have their ideology. And they're going to elect whomsoever they choose to elect, right? So the Electoral College. So, yes, voting is a farce. It's not real. You're not electing anything. Now, if we come to the local level, that's totally different. You're going to be able to have more of a hands-on element, right? Yeah. Okay. Let's look at this. Excuse me, fam. I'm scrolling through the timeline. Okay. Okay. Uh, Master Teacher, I'll teach when. Um, Queen Octavia is responding to you. She says, you are rare. Laugh aloud. Not my experience. I can thank them for a compliment. Let them know I'm not interested. It becomes a challenge. Yeah. JP says Scorpio season. What's up, fellow Scorpio? Master Teacher says it's public and constitutional knowledge about the Electoral College, but America is still bamboozled. I agree wholeheartedly. T. Swin says the Electoral College is a rigged system. Some states have way more voters than others. No matter what the majority popular vote is, they can select the opposite. You're absolutely categorically correct. And this is the problem that most of the people that are voting, they run into, and they are unaware of the process of that. And I'm so grateful that you put that on the timeline. And this is one of the things that I love about Wind Down Wednesday, that we can come in and get therapy. Therapy is exacted through what? Information. We get that information that we need to complete what we're thinking, right? Whether it be agreement with what we're thinking or if it's opposed to what we're thinking, right? Yet we'll be able to get that kind of therapy that we need through what? Conversation, right? Let's talk about it. Ronald Jackson says right. Yeah. 217 says right. Yeah, and I think we don't take this far enough in our conversations because people really believe that they are sharing in the process of electing the president when they really aren't. And you know what? And the sad part about it is that you can't even convince them that they're not. At best, you're only an experiment. They're experimenting with you so that they can know what they can get away with when they get in office or who they put or place in office. Oh, my goodness. Okay, come on. We on tonight. Come on. We it's on tonight. We're in Wind Down Wednesday, baby. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Oh, the timeline firing up now. Come on, family. Yes. Okay, look. Before we get into this, before I get into all of this, wait a minute, y'all hitting it up. Okay, Queen Octavia says, if America was bombed today, where would you move to? Oh my goodness, where would you move to? Oh, great question. Where will you move to? Anyone want to answer that on the timeline? Um, are you asking me specifically where would I move to? Okay. Okay. So we're in a demo communistic society. Okay, Queen Octavia. Lisa says, so why do they say every vote counts? Please enlighten me. Okay, before I get to that, Lisa, let's do a toast. Frederick Hall is in the house. That's Kentucky, baby. We got Kentucky in the house. Listen, may you live forever and shall I never die. Salute. Salute. To my sippers, salute. Queen Octavia said she would move to Japan. You gotta give a backstory to that so everyone would know why you would move to Japan, Queen Octavia. Okay, so Lalisa says, why do they say every vote counts? Please enlighten me. It is an illusion of inclusion. Now, if you take a minute and think about it, in response to Lisa from out of Springfield, 217, if you go back and recall, Al Gore won the popular vote, but Bush won the presidency. If you go back to Hillary Clinton won the popular vote, but Donald Trump was elected. So your vote really doesn't matter, nor does it count. You're only participating in an activity to get you to believe that you are a part of the system so that you won't revolt. You won't somehow say that, listen, I'm no longer going to be a part of this. We're going to have an insurrection. And rightfully so, because the populace have the right that whenever their rights are being ignored, they have the right to lead an insurrection and overthrow the government and establish the right kind of government for educational purposes only. I'm not encouraging anyone to do anything. Right? It's Wind Down Wednesday, baby, with your host with the most, the one, the apostle, the prophet, the cosmic commander. Tonight's podcast is sponsored by the Prince of Peace, Queen Octavia, the master teacher, the quantum shifter, the shapeshifter, the code breaker, baby. T. Swin, Men Can't Always Be Wrong podcast, and Tracy Love. Listen, shouts out tonight. Shouts out to DJ Boogie, 217-312, the ATL. Also to Queen Basu, Nefertim, Black Moses Freedom Festival. Also to Pseudos, DJ from out of Chicago. He actually comes out of Chicago. None other than DJ B's. Shouts out to you all. Shouts out to Wind Down Wednesday. Thank you all for joining us. All right, let us move on. Hopefully, Lisa, that gave some type of credence in answer to what it was that you were asking. And I'm pretty sure that they're going to be on the timeline giving some other information. Excuse me. The Prince of Peace, JP, says we should realize that we must progress ourselves, and it starts with supporting and exchanging with one another, not only material but right vibes that promote and encourage our fellow human. I agree with you. Thank you for that. That was amazing. T. Swin, in response to Queen Octavia. I like the Dominican Republic. I loved visiting there. I would like to own a home there. Not too far from the U.S. and the cost of living is cheaper. I'm rich over there. Just got to brush up on my Espanol. I hear you. I hear you, T. Swin. Yes, indeed. You going to Japan, Queen Octavia. The master teacher says the Spinners wrote a song called Games People Play. Yes, indeed. Lionel Richie wrote a song called Steal That State. We play the games that people play. Yes, indeed. Ronald Jackson, 217, says, just because a woman gives you a smile or a twinkle of her eyes doesn't mean she wants you. It is a sign she likes your swag or just the ether you're vibing on. I agree. Good point. Great point. T. Swin says, in response to Queen Octavia, I used to live in Japan, be all over the Japanese islands. Hate to come back to the States. Yeah. Queen Octavia says yes to Ronald Jackson, that part. If I'm if I'm correct, Queen Octavia used to also live in Japan. Yes, she says, me too. I would leave tomorrow if I could. Frederick Hall says, say that, speak. Queen Octavia says, you really don't matter, right? In the voting, as she's relating that to. Frederick Hall says, the American votes doesn't matter. Correct. I'm so excited because this is what we do here in Wind Down Wednesdays, so we can get therapy. We can get some good information, right? Okay. All right. Queen Octavia says, let's toast to mastering and enjoying this thing called life. Okay, well, let's do that. Queen Octavia offering a toast, you all. Let's toast. Queen Octavia says, let's toast to mastering and enjoying this thing called life. Okay, here we go. Salute. All right. Yes. Salute to my sippers. Okay. Monique says, let me see what Monique said. Monique says, we sisters try to communicate as much as possible without seemingly pushy or controlling in relationships. We may want more or something different from you, but we want you to understand that and offer it your way. Sometimes we try, oh, wait a minute. Okay. So she says, in a different way from you, but we want you to understand and offer it your way. Sometimes we try and guide you in the direction we'd like you to go, but we want you to get to know us, understand, and communicate that understanding. That's amazing. Thank you for dropping that, Monique, because that's very important. And it's very important because the number one thing that's important between two people or persons is communication. Once you learn to communicate, it's easy to get done what you need to get done. But we want to make sure that we don't have to prophesy or be clairvoyant or look into something to try to see what it is to try to make you feel a certain way that you need to feel. All right? But your point is very poignant. I thought it was great. Thank you. T. Swin says, what are your thoughts on Michelle Obama telling men that you're harming your daughters and wives if you don't vote for Kamala? You're asking me my opinion on that. Okay, T. Swin. Everyone, T. Swin is asking my opinion on Michelle Obama. Okay, with all respect due, first of all, we reserve the right to vote for whoever we choose to vote for. You cannot shame us into voting for anyone. And I think that she's using shaming politics to get people to vote a certain way. Not only that, but I think that she's using code for triggering black people to somehow believe that Kamala Harris is black. And let me be specific and for educational purposes only. Let me be specific that we found out through research that Kamala Harris is not black, nor does she claim to be black. She is on record saying that I am South Asian. When they swore her in, she didn't say black. She says, I'm the first South Asian Indian woman that has been elected to office. So let us be clear on that. Now, because of the propaganda, you have to understand that America is based off of propaganda. And because of the propaganda, according to statistics, the latest statistics that I've read, that 80% of the people receive their information from the media. Okay? Now, when we fact check the media, we know that the information that they're giving is either misinformation or disinformation for educational purposes only. Misinformation or disinformation, right? So when you look at this, the information that is being given is misleading. It is the illusion of inclusion that you're somehow a part of the process that the system is putting forth when you're actually not. You are not a part of what the system is putting forth, right? So now, to your point, T-Swing, when you get to what Michelle says, which I totally disagree with. I totally disagree with, because what you're saying is that women are somehow being controlled and being disallowed their ability to express themselves, when we know that that's not true. Because our sisters are the most expressive women that there are on the planet called Earth, or Gaia, right? We know this to be fact. We know this to be true. So to make that statement, because of the media, she can get that out there and they can shape that as a positive element. When we know, because one thing for certain, and two things for sure, that black people know everything. From slavery on up. Because we were there when the slave masters were talking, they posed us as being invisible. Oh, it's a lot to go into this. We can't even go into all of this. But why am I saying this? Because it's very important that Michelle Obama should be ashamed of himself. Wait, I'm sorry. But Michelle Obama should be ashamed of himself. Wait, excuse me. That's my fraudulent slip. Michelle Obama should be ashamed of herself, right? Because this is identity politics and shaming black people into voting for someone, right? Okay, T-Swin, you open that thing up. It's something else. See, you should have been on here when you opened that up. Oh, y'all, Ebony Holmes, Queen Basu is in the house, baby. Queen Basu, Black Girl, Nefertim, the ATL, baby. Oh, no, y'all. DJ Classy B, 217 is in the house, y'all. God is in the house. Ah! We blowing up tonight, y'all. It's Wind Down Wednesday with your host with the most. The one, the apostle, the prophet, the cosmic commander, baby. Shout out again to DJ Boogie and to his crew. Also, shout out to Whiskey BBQ. Shout out to Pseudos, DJ Biz. Shout out to birthday girl tonight, y'all. Queen Octavia, if you hadn't had an opportunity to, please wish her happy birthday on the timeline. Oh, we got in the house, Rosalind Severin McLean, y'all. Got 3 books out and another one of child book out, y'all. Shout out to her. Oh, that's New York in the house, baby. Oh, we going down. It's going down tonight, y'all. We're in Wind Down Wednesday. Therapy with a sip. What? Grown folk conversation. And I'm going to pause for the calls. And we going to what? Toast it up. And we're on the B portion of this. We finna get on the backside of this. And we're going to get up out of here. Salute, salute, salute. I see you, master teacher. You got that cabell. Woo! Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Oh, you're listening from Dominica. Oh, excuse me, Dominica. She's listening from Dominica. AT Swing, she's over in Dominica. Oh, yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Salute, 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 salute. Well, down Wednesday, y'all. Ain't no better place to be, baby. If y'all want grown folk conversation and you want a safe space where you can communicate, you at the right place at the right time, doing the right thing. Guess what? With the right people. Let's get a little bit more conversation before we get out of here, y'all. I'm not going to hold you. Y'all know we stay around, what, about 60 minutes, unless the conversation run a little bit longer. But yeah, back to Michelle and Barack. I think Barack got an eye-opener when them brothers, I don't know if you all have been watching TikTok. Boy, when them brothers come out, man, dude, who you trying to chastise, man? Who you talking to? And then Magic Johnson, here come Magic Johnson with what he had going on. They said, hold on, Magic Johnson, how you gonna talk to us, man? And your son has transitioned. What kind of father have you been? Because for educational purposes only. Back in the day when we was growing up, our parents said that we don't act like them. So this little young Thundercat that come out with this song like They Not Like Us, he have no idea what he's talking about because he stole that from our ancestors, because our ancestors said they're not like us. For educational purposes only. They're not like us. Right? It wasn't talking about rappers against rappers. Little young Thundercat, sit your little ass down. Because you have no idea about what that means, that they're not like us. Y'all out here with what y'all doing, and no disrespect to you guys. But you have no idea what that means, what it really means. They're not like us. Oh, y'all come on and talk to me. We up in here tonight. They not like us. You out here talking to another rapper, the rapper talking to you. Boy, if you don't sit your damn and come into the real theater of thought. Hey, Carolyn Pitts. Hey, Queen. Assalamu alaikum, Queen. Listen, if you don't go sit your little self down somewhere and get with the program and get with the real program and realize who we really are and what it is that we're really trying to accomplish, because obviously you're not helping that. I know I'm on a tangent, but it's okay. It's Wind Down Wednesday, baby. Therapy with a sip, grown folk conversation. Yeah, I know Queen Basu. Ebony Holmes, y'all. Queen Basu. This a whole circus, and I ain't no clown. You understand me? Yeah. What was that song, Queen? Sit in the clown. Yeah. Yes, indeed. Oh, it's Wind Down Wednesday, y'all. We up in here. Y'all talking about it? We talking about it? Salute, 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 T Swing. Let me run on down here. Yes. Oh, okay. Queen Rosalind McLean, T Swin says some of my best friends are from Dominica and St. Crux. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Queen Basu Nefertim says the pastor at New Birth in Atlanta interviewed Barack Sunday night at 7:30. I missed it, but it was for the men, especially. Listen, let me tell you something. Queen Basu, have y'all listened to? Okay, see y'all, see Queen Basu, see you trying to make me act up. It's y'all got this wine in me, so when you get this wine in me, it make me start saying some things, right? But look, they've been on BET. They done had your boy, what's his name, DL? They done, they got DL out there. They got DL. They got DL, and then they got a bunch of black men out there that don't know they ass from a hole in the ground. And they out here trying to talk about things that you can tell that they have no experience or haven't experienced or haven't gathered the information necessary from their foreparents. Are you listening to me? Here's what we do know, and here's what we do understand. That up until Kamala Harris ran for the DA or whatever she ran for in California and locked up innocent parents on truancy laws, no one knew who she was. But now what's happening is they're going back and gathering information and putting clips out there so that you can kind of begin to understand what type of personality this is that you can lock parents up for their children not being at school for X amount of days, and then brag about it, and then brag about how you have a pen and you have the ability to get people locked up even if they're innocent. Let's talk about it. Okay, we in Wind Down Wednesday, baby, grown folk conversation. So let's talk about it. So here she is bragging about what she has the ability to do. So that sounds like someone that has been catapulted to a position of power that lacks the understanding, understanding, overstanding, and surrounding standing of what that really looks like and how it really properly operates. So when a person is put in that position like that, they are a person that can be taken advantage of. They are the type of person that you can use. You can use them to get done whatever it is that you need to get done. Now, based upon how the media is handling her, how the Demodixies are handling her, if they handling her like that and propping her up, do you actually really think that the heads of the other nations are going to have any respect for her? I'm just asking a question. It's Wind Down Wednesday. Therapy with a sip. With your host with the most. Grown Folk Conversation. Podcast tonight is being brought to you by none other than the Prince of Peace, Queen Octavia. Master Teacher, the Quantum Shifter, the Shapeshifter, the Code Breaker. T Swin, Men Can Always Be Wrong. Podcast. Queen Basu says true. They was talking about the clear people that was vile. We don't have address, or we don't have addressed the enemy within and without. We haven't addressed the enemy within and without. You're absolutely categorically correct. We do have black people in whiteface. Not white people in blackface, but we have black people in whiteface. Okay, so Lisa says, I don't agree that your parenting skills has anything to do with a child's sexual orientation. Can you elaborate on that a little bit, Lisa, so I can get down a little bit on the timeline and I'll pick that back up because I'm not sure. I don't agree that your parenting skills has anything to do with the child's sexual orientation. Okay, I'm not sure what you're saying, but from what I'm gathering right now, I'm pushing back on that. I disagree with you because we are responsible as the custodians, the agents of our children to reinforce what their anatomy is, what their gender is. We know at birth if I'm having a boy, if I'm having a girl, and we're going to reinforce that. That is one of the things that we have always done as parents. Our boys have always had certain activities, as well as our girls having certain activities that reinforced and fostered the right kind of ideology and behavior as it relates to being a boy or being a girl. Now, please give us a little bit more of what you're saying. I hear you, Ebony, without shucking and jiving, always making me nauseous. Okay. Queen Octavia says, thank you all for the birthday shouts. Yes. Queen Rosalind Severin McLean says, this is wonderful. Okay. Queen Basu says, hit it, King. We ready. T. Swin says, I tried to watch the Shannon Sharpe interview with Kamala, and it made my head hurt. They obviously gave him a script to go by. She still didn't answer the questions. I heard after Beyonce spoke, the majority of the crowd left. In attendance started chanting Trump, Trump. Yes, I seen that. T. Swin, they put clips out there of it. It actually really happened. Yes. Yes. Queen Octavia says, I don't agree that your parenting skills has, I agree partly. Okay. Queen Octavia says she agreed partly with you, Lisa. Okay. Lisa says, if I wanted to be bisexual, it has no bearing on how my mother raised me. Okay, hold on. I'm pushing back. And this grown folk conversation. And before I push back, I'm going to take a sip on this one because I'm pushing back. So, now, back to Lisa. Okay. Now, after a certain age, you have the ability to choose whatever you want to be. That's not what I'm saying. Once you become grown, you can choose to be a dog if you want to. You can be a cat, a horse, a bird if you want to. When you reach a certain age, you can be whatever you want to be. But as a child, we already know that a child doesn't develop mentally until a certain age to be able to understand certain choices. Now, A child doesn't understand sexuality until they reach pubescence. Pubescence is different. So you're trying to tell me that a 5-year-old can come to you and say that, you know what, I'm gay. You haven't even reached pubescence. Your organs are not even functioning properly for educational purposes only. So for educational purposes only. So we know that. Why do you think they set the age at 18? Because they feel that mentally you have developed enough to be able to make some type of rational choices and decisions. Oh, come on, let's talk about it. It's Wind Down Wednesday, baby, grown folk conversation. Therapy with a sip. Ain't nobody mad at ain't nobody mad, ain't nobody mad, and ain't nobody mad at nobody. Right? So let's be frank. Let's be open about this. Right? Queen Basu says, I agree. That's Ebony Holmes. So Lisa says, so you don't believe people are born gay for educational purposes only? No. No. I do believe that it is impossible for you to be born that way. And if you study, what you'll find out is that these kinds of behavior are environmental. Some are environmental and others are through experience. In other words, based upon the environment that you're reared in will determine what type of behavior you will take on. And other reasons are because you have been exposed to certain types of behaviors. For example, molestation. Molestation is one of the number one reasons why people, for educational purposes only, are or determine that they are gay, right? And again, I'm using that word loosely because, again, up until 1974, 76, the word gay was an adjective. It was not a noun. Let's talk about it. Hey, Terrell. That's T Swin Twin, y'all, in the house tonight. Oh, my boy's in the house tonight. See, y'all trying to get, I'm finna take a sip. Salute. Uh-oh, I think y'all, and then y'all done got me all the way through my sip. So I'm gonna have to pour another. I'm about to pour another bill. There it is. All right. Okay. Let me let me get off of that. Let me go back. Okay. Let me go back up to time. Let me say this. Again, when you look at the word gay was changed. Okay? From adjective to a noun. We know what nouns do, right? Nouns do what? Describe what? Person, place, and what? A thing. So they turned it into a noun so that they can obviously turn it into a what? A pronoun, right? So that they can apply it to themselves. We know that gay means to be happy and bubbly and enjoying yourself. But we understand that that term has been what? Hijacked. So now, when you're talking about children, When you're trying to tell me that you're going to turn my child into this, I got a problem with that. For educational purposes only. I got a problem with that when you start messing with children. You can take your grown ass and do anything that you want to do because you're grown. But when you're talking about children and you're telling children that they have a right to determine what their gender is, that's because those that are saying it are sick. For educational purposes. They're sick. And you have to understand, one of the number one things that is going on now is child what? Trafficking. What are they doing with children? Right? We know, black people know everything, but we don't tell everything. Excuse me. We know what's going on. We know what's happening. Now you're going to tell me that my child can determine what it is, that it is, and I'm their parent. Don't you know, because America is a corporation and that each and every one of us have a social security number, that we're property? This is why they can come and get your children. This is why they can tell you what to do with your children, except you rebel against what they've told you to do for educational purposes only. I'm not inciting any type of riot. I'm not telling anyone to do anything. This Wind Down Wednesday, Therapy with a Sip, grown folk conversation. Am I in agreement with bisexual behavior? No. Am I in agreement with homosexuality? No. Am I in agreement with transgender behavior? No. Am I in agreement with closet queens? No. Am I in agreement with queers? No. Am I in agreement with neuter? No. And for educational purposes only, I have the right to do that. I'm not in agreement with none of that, period. However, if that's what you choose to do, then that's on you. That's not going to cause me to dislike you, hate you, or have some type of phobia about you. But I'm going to let you know straight up and down, I ain't down with that. That ain't me. You got to find somebody that's culpable with that. Right? You got to find somebody that's culpable with that. So now, let's go back to Kamala. So you got to go with Kamala. Kamala is in agreement with even prisoners changing their sexual orientation. She says she would provide funding for that. Not only that, she says that she's providing funding for you to keep killing your children. Don't you know that they're using abortions for educational purposes only? They're using abortion for depopulation purposes? Don't you understand that they're trying to depopulate us? Because there are too many of us, and they can no longer enslave us and utilize us for chattel slavery. They can no longer use us without paying us. Because you know what? Niggas is saying, nigga, I ain't doing that. They don't pay enough money. So what they saying is, oh, black people don't want to work. No, what we're saying is, nigga, I ain't doing that for that. Oh, this grown folk conversation. This Wind Down Wednesday, baby. Y'all done fool around and got that damn wine in me. Listen. Don't you know black folk tired? Nigga ain't doing that no more. And then Barack, you coming out here and we know what you is. Don't y'all know black folk know everything? And then those of us that know, and then when we start speaking, the bootleg niggas try to hush us up. Oh, you got to be quiet. You can't say that. You crazy. Don't nobody believe that. But don't you know we know? Don't you know we know? We know what the hell we talking about. We've been everywhere. We've been in every nook, crack, and cranny. This grown folk conversation. If you don't know what nook, crack, and cranny mean, you ask somebody. Somebody put it on timeline for them so some of these young bucks, when they come up in here, these Thundercats, they'll know what we're talking about. What am I really saying? We don't have, see, there's not a safe space for us to have these kinds of conversations where we really can really get down and get at it. But see, you have to understand that Barack ain't did nothing for us. He ain't intend to do nothing for us. But who he did do something for, factually, you can research it, is for the LTBGQEFGMOPQRSTUV. We're smart enough to know that. Now you can dumb down. You can dumb down if you want to, but this is Wind Down Wednesday where we ain't gonna let you dumb down. Hello, somebody. Let's talk about it tonight. I was trying to get up out of here, but it looked like we finna get ready to have some conversation. But what am I really saying? What am I really saying is that, listen, we have been bamboozled, hoodwinked, run amok, blindfolded. None other than our very own Malik El Haj, Malik El Shabazz, a.k.a. Malcolm X told us a long time ago, boy, they get ready to do you. And we still ain't figured it out yet. But you know what? We got these bootleg Negroes. And we're gonna have to do, we gotta do a wind down Wednesday on these bootleg Negroes that think that we ain't looking at them in a certain light. Right? They think that they have advanced and catapulted above the ability to see them in the real light that they really appear. Oh, shit. Let me go to the timeline, y'all. I'm not talked enough. Okay. Okay, Lalisa, Lalisa says, having a gay child doesn't make you a bad parent. No, I don't think, Lisa, no. That's not what we're saying. This is not what I'm implicating. We all got gay folk in our family, whether it be children, cousins, aunts, uncles, whatever. We don't treat them in any indifferent way. But however, we do let them know that, hey man, I ain't down with that bullshit. You can take that on somewhere else. Okay. All right. Lily says, if I wanted to be bisexual, it has no bearings on how my mother raised me. I agree. When you get grown, you can do whatever you want to do. But if you're in my house, you talking that, we're going to have some correctional measures. I'm going to correct you in your thinking and let you know that something is wrong with your thought processes. Let me be clear. We know up until 1976 that what happened was the psychiatric board removed what they referred to as mental disorder when it came to being homosexual. Bisexual is homosexuality. Whether you be male or female, it doesn't matter. That's homosexuality. But what we do know is that it was a mental disorder because, one, we do know that for educational purposes only, that two penises can't bumping against each other can't do nothing. We also know that two vaginas bumping against each other can't produce nothing. And one of the reasons why this movement came about was, if you go back and look at Henry Kissinger and all of them, they were dealing with depopulation. So they introduced this. You got to, for educational purposes only, allegedly only. You got to go back and look at all of this. Come on, this Wind Down Wednesday. This is the place where we come and get us some therapy, right? So no, I'm not in agreement with none of. You can do it. You can have any type of sexual preference that you choose, because that's all it is, a sexual preference. It's not a way of life. Love doesn't have anything to do with it. And let me dispel this. Hold on. Let me take a minute and dispel this. Because love is not the highest vibration. For all of you that think that love is it, love is the highest vibration, it isn't. The highest vibration is authenticity. Authenticity means to be real. And when you real, you recognize that right there, that ain't what that's supposed to be. So authenticity always is centered around truth. What is truth? Truth is what? How things really appear. Oh, this Wind Down Wednesday. Grown folk conversation, therapy with a sip. Tonight podcast is being brought to you by, again, the Prince of Peace, Queen Octavia, the master teacher, the quantum shifter, the shape shifter, the code breaker. T. Swin, Men Can't Always Be Wrong podcast. Tracy Love. Shout out to DJ Boogie, to Queen Basu, Black Moses Freedom Festival, Whiskey BB Barbecue. Shout out to Pseudos, DJ Biz, Ellen Wood, Conyers. Shout out to you all. This is important to recognize and realize and get an understanding, overstanding, surround standing. So you won't be drawn in by the illusion of inclusion. It's Wind Down Wednesday, man. Okay, let me check and see what's going on, fam. Okay. T. Swin says to Lalisa, I agree, but it can make you feel like you dropped the ball somewhere. At some point, they have to realize it's not natural. You can't create life from that lifestyle. And that's in response to you, Lalisa. This is T. Swin. This is what I love about how we communicate. Hey, Smith. Hey, Ken Maurer. You in Wind Down Wednesday, baby. That's where you at. Grown folk conversation. Therapy with a sip. Also, in response to Lalisa, why would you choose, or why would your choice as an adult be at the falter of your parent? Okay. All right. So Lalisa says, so you don't believe people aren't born gay? No, I do not. Ebony Queen Basu says, I agree. To Lalisa's answer, Queen Octavia says no. To Lalisa's answer, T. Swin says, I don't. Queen Basu says it's sick. Queen Octavia says, Never, I have never heard of a newborn trying to suck a dick or lick some coochie on the way out the canal. Neither have I. Okay. All right. So the list says, I don't agree with it, but in the medical field, I have seen children under the age of 8 and act the opposite of their gender, and their parents are straight. Listen, okay, he said under the age of 8. Okay, when you look at under the age of 8, if you go back and do your research, you understand that the age of 8 is typically when there is a growth in the brain. There is a rationalization and a realness of that they have body parts, that they are a being. I see you, Brian Lee. What's going on, bro? That they begin to rationalize and realize you're in the medical field, so you know I'm point on. So they begin to realize, typically at the age of 8, 7, 8, 6, they start to realize, right? Now, I'm well studied. I got a PhD. I know how this goes. So you start to realize and rationalize that this is your body parts. But however, again, there is an influence somewhere that's affecting the behavior of the child. Because a child cannot advance without some influence of the environment. And this has been scientifically proven. Kansas City in the house, y'all, tonight, Brian Lee. You cannot develop anything without an environmental influence or a genetic influence. Maybe the child was genetically influenced in some kind of way as the mother was carrying the child. Because what we do know that as the mother is carrying the child, there is certain information, if downloaded by the mother, will also be downloaded in the child. If there is a tendency in the mother to believe a certain way, that will also carry over to the child. Let us be clear on this. No, I'm well studied. No, and that's not trying to be something. This is why we do this. We do this to share information so we can get therapy. Right? So I'm not in disagreement with you. I'm just pushing back because it's very important to understand that a child is influenced. This is why we come up with the term creative contenters, and we have influencers, because we are influenced by what we are exposed to, whether it be physically, whether it be mentally, whether it be spiritually, whether it be genetically, whatever it is that we are exposed to will determine. I see you, Rod Williams, 217, baby. What you will determine your behavior. Because why? Your brain is trying to access and determine the best outcome of survivability for you. Is anybody listening to me? Is we in Wind Down Wednesday? Grown folk conversation. I thought so. Oh shit, y'all. We almost finished. Let me go through a little bit more. Okay. I do believe people are born with hormonal imbalance that can sway them away from what genitalia display. But still, I think 18 would be the age to make the decision. Molestation and rape does that too. I agree. Yes. If you heard anything that I said, Queen Basu, and you know we kick it all the time, but yeah, there are always, we deal, hey Kate Diamonds, hey, that's Las Vegas in the house, y'all. Yeah, So what we do understand that there can be a hormonal imbalance. But however, we know that that can be redirected and corrected by what? Influence. By what you are exposed to. What I exposed to you can redirect that and correct that and put you on the right path. Right? And I think in somewhere in what you're saying, that's what you're saying as well with what you're saying. Okay? You can correct me. I stand to be corrected. This wind down Wednesday, y'all. This grown folk conversation. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. All right, all right. T. Swin says Donna McClurkin, the gospel singer, said he was molested by a man as a child and he thought it was normal, right? He learned later on it was not natural. He was influenced by experience. Yes, this is again based upon what we experience typically determines what type of behavior that we're ultimately going to what gravitate to, right? Queen Octavia says, how strongly I feel a person is born gay. Okay, okay, yes, of course. I don't believe they are, and I stick to that. Terrell says, sick. Lisa says, I'm not in agreement with none of it. Okay, okay. Queen Octavia says, a child that eats crayons can determine their sexual identity. I don't think so. But if they choose that lifestyle at a ripe age, then so be it. And I think we're all in agreement with that, that we're not going to determine what your choices are in terms of you participating in whatever sexual activities that you choose. Yes, Teresa, that's crazy. JP said talk. Teresa has been doing that. T. Swin says the funding for sex change in the prison system will be paid for by the taxpayers. I agree with you, T. Swin. That's absolutely asinine, isn't it? It's crazy. Master T says absolutely. Prince of Peace says no more work for free. Queen Octavia says I've seen too many documentaries on people who have transitioned, absolutely regretted their bodies, rejected it. Women still have monthly symptoms, phantom body parts itch, and they are in constant pain, wishing someone would have stopped them. You know what? Let me say this to that point, Queen Octavia. I have teeth missing out of my mouth. But don't you know periodically I still feel them? That's the same thing that happens when we go through these transitions. We're not knocking anyone for doing that. We're saying if that's what you choose to do, then there are unintended consequences. Right? We're not going to get up and berate anyone and say, no, that's not what we do. We said, hey, you made that choice. Now you got to live with what the results are, what the consequences are. Right? Terrell says, not a thing. Responding to Queen Octavia, responding to T. Swin before helping homeless invest. Yeah, that's what they're doing. JP says, grown folk, turn it up. Good night, Lil Lisa. Love you. Thank you for sharing. Terrell says, it's too much info out now to be led by the puppets. I agree. The master teacher, quantum shifter, the shapeshifter says, nook, crack, and cranny, a small hiding place or out of the way corner, a break or split in a small break, slit, or crevice or aperture in a wall. Yes, sir. Thank you, master teacher, for that. Terrell says, your spirit lets you know something ain't right. Correct. Facts. Yes, sir. Terrell said, that is in love. Yes. Oh, we out here. Authenticity. Yeah, therapy with a sip. JP. Yeah. For educational purposes only. Master teacher. Brian Lee, Kansas City in the house. Terrell says, I understand you loud and clear. K. K Diamonds, Pink Passion, baby. Yeah, 22.3 take over Vegas, baby. Yes, indeed. We got you, girl. 217. JP dropped the mic. Demon's desire was forced on them. Yes, sir. K Diamond says it's it's evil, it's wrong, it's not biblical, it's inhuman, and people need to accept the sex that God has given them and make improvement within their sex means, improvements in their within their sex means. Males lost weight, changed their hair, etc. Females gateway weaves, lost weight, gain weight, whatever it is, it takes. But I don't agree with the sex change at all. Gratitude, gratitude. K Diamonds, listen, y'all. She has a very popular program out in Las Vegas. Man, she's on point. She got it going on. Yes, good convo tonight. Listen, you all, I think we've reached that space, place, and time, man, where it's safe to say, hey, hold what you got. And before we get out of here, let's get one more toast, y'all. Yeah. May you live forever, and shall I never die. Hold what you got. Tonight was an amazing night, fam. Please share the podcast. I think there are those that would really benefit from having a safe space. Thank you, K Diamonds. Thank you. Thank you. I love you, girl. And I support you. I look at everything you got going on. Thank you. T Swin. Gratitude, man. I look at everything that you got going on. Listen, T Swin, y'all, please put your information on the timeline, T Swin, for your book and everything where they can reach you. And everyone else, if you have a business, website, book, time, whatever you got, please put it on the timeline. Terrell Swin. Terrell Swinton, man, thank you for joining us, man. Hey, y'all, that's T Swin. That's T Swin Twin. Hey, Brian Lee, man, peace and love, bro. Thank you for joining us, man. Got to get you in here earlier, man, so you can communicate with us. You have a lot to give, man, a lot to say. Thank you. Thank you. Listen, again, shout out, man, to birthday girl, Octavia Scorpio. Shout out to Boog, man. Listen here, grown folk, past to present, man. Shout out to him. Shout out to Whiskey BBQ. Shout out to Pseudos, man. DJ Biz in the ATL. All of these, man, listen, I love you guys, man. You all are awesome. And again, for those that sponsored tonight's podcast, Prince of Peace, Queen Octavia, the master teacher, the quantum shifter, the shapeshifter, the code breaker, baby. And thank you all. T Swin, the Men Can Always Be Wrong podcast for sponsoring, and Tracy Love, Fayetteville. Thank you all for sponsoring. Listen, you all know how to support. You all know by now. Listen, if you're going to give, you're going to give. You're going to donate. And they put it on the timeline. So those of you that are here, if you're going to donate, please donate. You all know that I'm a content creator and I'm an influencer. So I need your support. I need your financial support. You all know how we do this. But listen, until next Wind Down Wednesday podcast, baby. Do what? Hold what you got. Do what? Muse over it. Cogitate upon it. Ponder on it. Meditate upon it. But by all means, do what? Govern yourselves accordingly. Also, this Saturday, meet us in the truth session where our very own, the master teacher, the quantum shifter, the shapeshifter, the code breaker, baby, will be breaking down that quantum information for you all. Listen, he's going to be dropping a free game on you. Meet us there, 3 p.m. Central, 4 p.m. Eastern Time, where Facebook Live and also YouTube. So listen, meet us there. He's going to be dealing with that quantum information. You don't want to miss this. The master teacher, the quantum shifter, the shapeshifter, the code breaker, baby, is going to be in the house Saturday. Again, I'm repeating myself. 3 p.m. Central, 4 p.m. Eastern Time. We're Facebook Live and also YouTube. So we'll see you there. Again, hold what you got.